All right, guys, welcome back to the channel, Cerebral Chaos Podcast. Today we're reacting to the Italian boxer who quit because she thought her opponent was a man because the other female hit her ass like John Jones and Sean O'Malley hit in her shit 46 seconds in. So we're gonna react. Yeah, man, a lot of misinformation going around. What you think, bro?
Hey, they might have not noticed, but I made a statement. We posted it. The niggas was on me, and I started realizing like I spoke too soon. So at this point, I'm just trying to get as much information as I can because I don't want to be out here looking crazy. You dig?
Yeah, man. We're newer, journalists if you want. We're not really journalists, but so we got to make sure we do our due diligence. But we weren't the only ones wrong. The whole world was wrong for at least 17 hours. So let's just get into the video. Let's see what this doctor has to say about it, and we're gonna react to it.
Say less.
If you think the difference between male and female and subsequent gender identity is as simple as having or not having an X chromosome, then please stick around and watch this video to try and learn a little bit about this crazy controversy that's going on in the Olympic world. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Dr. Brian Suter, and my goal in this channel is to help teach you about the medical side of the sports world. I'm actually in Paris right now. I've been here for the Olympics the past week or so. You can see Paris outside my window there. It's been absolutely beautiful. But the biggest story the past couple days has been, of course, with women's boxing. The story, of course, is that this Algerian boxer, Imane Khelif, is identifying as a woman. She's in female women's boxing, but there's a lot of talk that people saying she's a male.
I just want to say, shawty big as hell around here.
Can't hear you.
I just want to say, shawty big as hell.
Yeah.
Like, if she is a woman, that's a strong built looking woman. And
and why is she in the same weight class as her? Shouldn't she be in a higher weight class?
That's why I'm confused, because maybe that's something we need to know. Like, is there a weight class? Because is she bigger than her?
She looks way bigger than her.
So I feel like that's something we should probably get some more information on as well.
Yeah, because even outside of being wrong, if she's in the wrong weight class, why is that allowed?
Exactly. So hopefully they can give us some more information for sure. We about to see though.
Yeah.
She's had these previous disqualifications for having XY chromosomes and failed gender testing. And so why in the world are we letting a man compete in a woman's sport, especially boxing? This is not the first time we've seen a big story like this. You might remember this track and field athlete, Caster Semenya, who was a middle distance runner who was disqualified from running certain events because of this whole differences in sexual development diagnosis and picture. This is going to be as simple as possible of an embryology or the study of how we grow and develop, genetics and physiology lessons, so I can try to open people's mind to some of these challenging discussion points. Our genes are the blueprint for how our body functions and is built and is made. We get one half of our genes from our mother and one half from our father. That means most humans will have two genes for sex. That can be either an X chromosome or a Y chromosome. Now, typically a female sex will have an X and an X chromosome, and a male sex will have an X and a Y. The contents of those chromosomes are what determine how we are going to develop either into a female, talking about sex again, or a male, again, talking about sex. So, classic female sex, XX, classic male sex, XY. Now, interestingly, whenever we are first conceived in the womb, we all start off and we have the potential for our sexual organs, our gonads, to be either female or male. The presence of specific genes on the Y chromosome differentiate that down a pathway to become male. So, without that Y chromosome turning on the pathway to become male, everybody would go down the female path in terms of their sexual development. So if you have a normal functioning Y chromosome that turns on the pathway to send you down to have male sexual characteristics, male genitalia, etc. That's the basic black and white kind of bread and butter of how things normally go. But as you can imagine, there are a lot of possible errors in not only the genetic composition, but also what happens from the downstream physiology standpoint. On that Y chromosome is a specific gene that turns on a lot of the testosterone, the androgen signaling pathways that form the gonads, the external and internal sexual characteristics. So we're talking about the external signs like breast, gonads, etc., versus the internal genetics. With these differences or disorders of sexual differentiation, or DSD, the genetics are XY, so you have that Y chromosome that's trying to turn on the pathway to fully have those male characteristics, but there's abnormalities that don't give the normal male gonads, male hormone profiles. So what you are left with is a very convoluted, very complicated picture of varying degrees of both physiology from a hormone standpoint to external physical characteristics that are what we see when we look at somebody to make us think male or female in the traditional sense. Oftentimes with these athletes, that results in higher levels of testosterone that gives them more of this athletic advantage. But because they have any variety of all these different genetic enzymes, testosterone hormonal dysregulations and abnormalities, they might not have the exact same external features, or what we call phenotype, that would make us classically think of somebody as male or female. So you can have these individuals who might look more masculine than a female, but whenever they were born, their external genitalia wasn't clearly male or clearly female. And then you can imagine all the stress and anxiety and everything that comes downstream of that when you don't have clearly male or female features. This is not always a black and white thing. And these DSD...
Okay. I don't want to get through the whole thing and not talk about, like, are you understanding anything he's saying?
Yeah, he's basically saying there's a lot of, gray area when it comes to the genome pool. So, and obviously that's going to happen after, however many years humans have been around. But my thing is, we seen the article about she was disqualified, 2023 or, before in the past,
Right.
because she didn't meet some kind of metrics. Why did all this become such a big thing this year when this has happened before? And this isn't a new story. Is it because it's on the Olympic stage? Is it because it's election season? So everyone's looking to politicize it? Because, I'm down the middle. I always like to preface my political stances. I'm right down the middle.
Yeah.
But when they first came out as, it's a trans woman, all the conservatives, Republicans, right wingers are like, yo, see, this is what you get if you vote for Kamala. This is what's going to happen. This is the world we're going to. And, they're not completely wrong, but you're wrong here. You're wrong here.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we find out she's a female. Now the left, liberals, Democrats, whatever you want to live with them, are saying, see, you know what I'm saying? Like, see, this is a woman. She lost to women. She has a record fighting women and losing to women. And y'all just overreacting to this. And then they're being real disrespectful. They're saying the Italian chick just sucks. She just sucks.
No,
I was just like, okay.
Yeah, they definitely going crazy on that side, because I was reading some of the stuff, and everybody was basically saying people are being transphobia. And I understand that that's a real thing, but from my understanding, the information wasn't clear. So how can you expect me to stand on something when the people who are running the Olympics ain't even giving the right information? And then, like you say, you go down a pipeline, you finding out she had trouble clarifying her sex to be involved in other things. So it's like, that can be misleading in that sense. So I was just kind of confused, because I was like you said, I feel like it's something bigger to this, and I just don't know what it is yet, because the outrage is crazy, and I feel like it's kind of, I can't find a word, but it's kind of weird to look at it in a sense like it's just an American thing, because it's a world thing. So I'm just trying to figure out, like, what's the bigger play when it comes to this, because the outrage is crazy, and we can get deeper into it, because we talking about one thing, but I heard there was other crazy stuff that happened in the Olympics that just was a shocker to everybody right there.
Like even the Dutch swimmer guy or the Dutch, I think he's a volleyball player. He's like a PDF file.
Exactly. So that just lets you know, like, it's definitely something going on that's way bigger, and I'm just waiting to see what it's gonna be
Yeah.
around it, man. For sure. Let's get back to this video, man.
Syndromes, these disorders, are far more common than you would think. These are not like 1 in a million types of things. And if you think of an athletic population where any sort of physiologic advantage might make you rise to the top, there's actually probably a high number of these individuals that are high level athletes because they have had that boost in their physiology. But it's no fault to them. I really encourage people to try and be open-minded and learn or read more about this because, again, it is not as simple as saying so-and-so has an X chromosome, so therefore they are male. There is a lot of potential ambiguity that is no fault to the athlete or that individual. This is a really nice little review paper on PubMed that talks about all these disorders of sexual.
Hold on now. I kind of want to read that, Loki.
Ambiguous genitalia and disorders of sexual differentiation. Infants born with a disorder of sex development, DSD, prompt multiple medical, surgical, ethical, psychosocial, and physical issues for patients and their parents. The previous terms, such as intersex, hermaphroditism, pseudohermaphroditism, etc., are outdated and are replaced by the term disorders of sexual development. So they kind of put it under an umbrella. This activity reviews the evaluation and management of infants born with DSD and highlights the interprofessional team's role in the management of patients with this condition. You know,
See, this is some information that I never knew about. This is
yeah,
this is great information. Like, I didn't know, like you said, there was an umbrella of it because I was going to assume she was Don't get me wrong, I'm illiterate. Hermaphrodite. I thought that's what she was around it.
hermaphrodites.
Yeah.
Like
I
you got
thought
both
she.
genitalia basically.
I thought that's what they was going at this point, but it looked like it's more terms that can describe her basically. But this is great
Hang on,
information.
why? So this might be the conspiracy theory in me,
Right.
but I heard someone say that a lot of these things are coming, like a lot of language, like because language does evolve. So you get new terms, you get a lot of stuff that comes up. But I heard someone say that a lot of this stuff is to like what's the word? Like not just confuse, but to yeah, I guess just to confuse people and to make it all just so cloudy that we don't know what to believe. And that eventually it's just like, all right, I'm gonna stop trying because it's so confusing. I'm gonna just allow whatever, which is a tactic to make people take their guards down. I'm like,
Facts.
that's interesting. That's interesting
Well,
because words have meanings.
so that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, they already said this is a rare thing. I think it's a rare thing. I don't really hear much about it. It kind of fucked me up because when I did hear about it, it did make me think of Sierra, but it seemed like Sierra was more of the actual hermaphrodite because she literally did have. But I don't. They still not
But
explaining
singer,
enough,
Sarah?
huh?
You talking about the singer?
Yeah,
She had
you ain't
no, I
never
didn't
hear
know
about
that.
this.
I heard that. I heard that like people was being disrespectful. I thought they were just saying like they think she looks like a dude.
Well,
I
see,
didn't
I
think she
don't.
actually had.
I see. I Well, let me not say it then either. If it's the rumors, I'm
Yeah,
gonna leave it as a rumor around this bitch.
that's a
But
complete rumor.
obviously, she couldn't be because she got a bunch of kids now. So she did something that okay, whatever. But
Yeah,
with this, I'm cool with him like opening up the discussion, but I still don't hear enough about her. Like, what is her?
specifically
Like, what is her disorder? Like, what
her
happened to her?
situation.
Like, you
Yeah.
giving us a rundown, and I'm not mad at it because it's great that we educating ourselves. But I want to know about her. What is going on?
So maybe we can watch that video from the Twitter that I sent you with her dad saying that's my daughter. This is a girl. That's what that video was that I
All
sent you.
right.
Yeah,
Well, let's see. Let's see
yeah,
what's
let's see.
popping on this.
Yeah,
Let's see what he's talking about, man. Let's see what he's talking about.
it's only 23 seconds, but let's see what he says.
All right.
انا بنتي طفله ومتربيه طفله وفور، وهي متربيه على الخدمه، تخدم تغني بزاف وتخدم، وعندها الحراره تاع الخدمه تاع العمل تاعها. راهي الطاليانيه هي ما طاقتش، مش ما مش
Hey.
كيف هي ما طاقتش.
He popping shit.
هذا الفرق، هذيك حاره عليها وهذيك بارده. انا
Hey,
بنتي
he said
طفله
Okay, okay. But he can't sit here and say that when his daughter has higher levels of T levels, like higher testosterone levels. Because that literally affects aggression,
yeah.
power. I don't know if it affects like speed, but it affects certain stuff. Like there used to be this guy in the UFC named Vitor Belfort, and his nickname was TRT Belfort. And TRT stands for testosterone replacement therapy,
Oh
which is
shit.
the thing. So they used to allow that in the UFC. And this dude was jacked to the gills, and he was power bombing niggas on their neck. Grown men.
Ugh.
So but he had that advantage. So once he stopped taking it, he wasn't like he was still a pretty good fighter, but he wasn't like that beast that he was. So it's just there is a difference. So he popping shit, but come on now, bro.
I was about to say the way he was talking, he had me kind of hyped, but
He,
that's the thing. What he's saying, he's supposed to say that. Like he ain't gonna tell you what it really is, and that's what I'm saying. I feel like when somebody can explain to me what it really is, so I can have a better understanding, then I'll take it for what it is. But right now, I'm just so curious. Like, what are you? And I know that sounds fucked up, but we have to identify ourselves all the time for everything else. I go do a job application, I gotta put sex, male, black, white, Indian, Asian. So what is she like? I just want to know so I can better understand around it better.
I guess the better question is, what condition does she have? What's the name of this
Right.
condition that creates this? Because
Correct.
I've seen a few things before. Let me look it up. Because I've seen one on Google, some with an S syndrome. Can women have XY chromosomes? Okay, here it is. It's called Swyer syndrome, Swyer. It says a rare intersex condition that affects sexual development. It said this, and the question I asked it was, can women have XY chromosomes? And it said yes, women can have XY chromosomes in some cases, such as Swyer syndrome.
Oh,
So
okay. So
yeah,
she has an X and Y chromosome, which allows her to get the extraterrestrial, basically.
yeah. So it says people with Swyer syndrome have one X chromosome, one Y chromosome in each cell, but they have female reproductive structures, including a uterus and fallopian tubes. However, their gonads or ovaries or testes are not functional, so that thing don't work. Uh,
Wait,
Symptoms,
don't work like
yeah,
how?
she can't she can't pop them things out. She can't do that. I don't
I
think.
heard supposedly she had a kid though. See, that's why I'm saying there's so much misinformation that be happening. I don't know what to think around it, man.
Well, maybe ovaries and testes aren't I think the ovaries produce the eggs. That's what I thought. And testes produce the semen. That's what I thought. I'm not a scientist, biologist, and that. So. But it also says symptoms of Swyer syndrome can include underdeveloped breasts. You got some of that titty, lack of menstrual periods, taller than peers, and hair doesn't grow in pubic or armpit or leg areas. I don't know about all that last stuff.
I don't know.
Uh, yeah, so maybe that's it. Maybe she has Swyer syndrome.
I guess. Did we figure it out?
Oh no,
Did we figure it out?
no.
How much
We need an
longer?
effective.
How much longer you think we gonna hear about this before it go away?
I mean, this is going to be a hot topic for election season from both sides, mainly from Republicans, right wingers, because it's like even if all right, it comes out and she's a female and she didn't do nothing wrong,
Right.
they're still going to say this is what can happen if you do let men transition to women and fight women because they naturally have testosterone levels higher. I don't think this is a good argument at all. I think this is a reach if they do this. But I think that's what they'll try to use this for.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought this was a topic that's basically beating down a dead horse, especially when it comes to like politics. But I don't mind the conversation because as someone who has a son and a daughter, I just couldn't see men transitioning to women and they get to compete with my daughter. Like, and it's gonna make me feel some type of way. And y'all can call me transphobia, homophobia. Hey, that's
It's
just my
not
personal.
transphobic, bro.
It's just my personal feelings. That's it. I ain't saying what you're doing is wrong, but I feel like there's a reason why there's a men's sports and there's a women's sports, and they don't mix. So it might just be time for a trans sport. I ain't saying y'all can't play the sports, but maybe y'all need to start your own league at this point. That's all I'm saying right here. And if you feel like I'm attacking you and I offend you, I'm sorry. I'm ignorant. I'm still learning. Give me some grace. Don't attack me. Don't kill me. Which I'm probably gonna do anyways, but it is what it is.
No, you're not wrong, bro. Especially as a parent, bro. Like,
Yeah, that's it.
I've seen. Have you ever seen the video? It was this. You know who Jorge Masvidal is? He's a UFC fighter. So he was talking to his lady about Amanda Nunes, who's like the GOAT MMA women's champ.
Yeah,
And he was saying how she's super tough. Okay, she knows who she is.
Yeah, for sure.
You can argue that maybe she got increased testosterone because she be just beating these chicks up.
Hey, she tough.
But
ain't she the one who beat up Ronda?
Oh yes, she and Holly Holm. Holly Holm head kicked her,
Yeah,
but
Holly
she
Holmes was crazy. That was a crazy fight too, right there, man.
yeah, but she put the pause on it. But Jorge Masvidal was saying all right. So he's the guy that he had like an 8-second fight where he ran and he just kneed the guy in the head and the fight was over like right away.
Yeah,
That's Jorge Masvidal.
I remember him.
So he was saying how Amanda Nunes was in his gym. He used to train. They used to train in the same gym, and she would just handle all the females like nothing.
Yeah.
But a bottom of the roster UFC dude had to take it 50% on her when they sparred. A bottom of the roster UFC male had to go 50% on the greatest women's MMA fighter of all time. So that lets you know that there's levels to it, bro. It's like a regular civilian playing one-on-one with a basketball player.
Exactly.
It's just not close. They're too good.
It's like, listen, I feel bad for the young Italian lady. I know she had to come out, put out a press conference and say like she means no harm feelings. I respect that, but at the same time, I know in her head she like, y'all better not never put me in no situation like this again. I ain't doing it. Fuck out of here. I ain't doing it. And
Did she know beforehand? Do you think she knew?
I feel like she heard the rumblings, but when it comes to like the Olympics, your pride of the country is on the table, so you kind of like, I ain't really got no choice. I gotta at least try to go do something. So I feel like she definitely knew, but that's why she probably said, I'm gonna stop this shit at 46 seconds before I be on this mat and can't get the fuck out right.
Did you see the fight video?
They did a real good job of not showing it.
I seen it. She was lighting her ass up.
Oh yeah, I need to see that, man.
But she didn't hit. She probably hit her like 5 times max, like as far as combos and 1-2. Like she probably hit her 5 times, but the last combo was like, and she said,
"Hey, that's crazy." She went into a full. I'm getting down on 2 knees, not 1 knee. She said, "I'm begging for my life. Get this bitch off of me."
And there was a slight moment where you see the I don't know the name, not the trans girl, but the girl at Topic, who I don't know her name is. There's a moment where you see her coming up behind the other girl, like they're both standing up, but she just looks way bigger than her, bro. I was just like,
man, that shit is crazy. Not
so
I'm curious. Nah, I'm curious. Let's see.
You want to see the video? Yeah, go watch the video, bro. It's crazy.
The video. I just want to know why is it keep doing
Oh,
that?
their weight class.
Yeah. Let me see. Why is it doing that?
Yeah. So even if that part is even if that part is true, like, or clearly she's a woman, why are they in the same weight class? Because she's clearly bigger than this chick. So that's an issue in itself.
Right.
That no one's really talking about that part. So the only people I blame for this is the Olympic Committee for this whole debacle.
During the 2024 Paris Olympics, Italian fighter Angela withdrew from her boxing match against Khelif after 46.
Both fighters being called to the centre of the ring.
Listen my comments. Heads up, no holding, no blows.
Look at the size difference.
Despite always competing as a woman, including during the Tokyo Olympics. Khelif participation in Paris has been controversial following reports that she allegedly failed a gender eligibility test at the 2023 Women's World Boxing Championship. So, okay.
We are about to start a final
She looked like she was ready to she felt them hands.
session between Algeria and Italy, and we're off.
So, because she severe pain in her nose, she ended up to fight that she was not qualified.
Carini operating from the southpaw stance. Just falling a little bit short there.
Ooh!
Good right hook from Carini.
I think that first
Khelif
left
looking
hook
to
was
come
the one.
with the straight punches.
Wow,
She hit it right on the
Body
nose.
of Carini.
with a body shot just now.
Nice little lead up
She
from
missed
Khelif.
that. Oh,
Carini just asking to
Should
get
tighten her
her
shit.
head guard tightened in.
Almost not.
I don't know what you need to do. Ooh,
Solid straight right hand from Khelif there.
Hey, White, that was it.
Yeah. So it wasn't her who quit. It was hold on, watch this.
Yeah, that happened so fast.
Hold on.
Final welterweight fight of the
We was
session
reading
between
the
Algeria
first
and
time.
Italy.
Now we gotta actually
And we're
All right, because I just want to know, like, I need to see how many times this Italian chick has fought. If she's fought a bunch of times and she's saying, this motherfucker don't hit like normal. I've been punched in the face before. I'm da 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 da. I mean, I'm not saying she's valid in that we should just cancel and call this lady a trans woman, but there has to be some kind of diving into this. Maybe PEDs, maybe some kind of performance enhancing substance. I don't think she's gonna say that for no reason, especially on the world stage at the Olympics. Like, oh no, I'm gonna just bitch out now because I just got hit. I'm sure she's gotten hit before, so that's weird, man.
Nah, that's why when you watching it from our perspective, I'm just kind of like, damn, it's not enough information. It's not enough.
Yeah.
Well, you would literally have to go on a deep dive trying to understand this. Because now I got to see the Khelif girl fight because supposedly I heard her record is not the greatest. I heard she lost like 3 to 5 times. So that means somebody was beating her. And then on the other hand, it's like, is this Italian woman weak or she? Because most times when we send people to the Olympics, it be usually junior, like amateur, like fighters. So
Yeah.
I don't know if they do the same thing in other countries where they not sending their best, but they probably sending their.
Man, you think UK finna send Tyson Fury out there? Hell no.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's like.
It's the same.
So is this why maybe she looks so weak compared to her? Because maybe she's not that good of a boxer yet. I don't know, dog. It's just.
You gotta see her record, I guess, but she doesn't look like she doesn't look like she's out there not knowing what she's doing. Like she got good stance. Her footwork could use work. Like in the blue, her footwork's not the best, but she's just. I honestly, those punches didn't even look that hard. I've seen people get hit and their head snaps back or their, what I'm saying, all this shit. And she has a head guard. I'm like, really? I don't know. Maybe she is soft.
That's why I'm just like, watching the actual footage is like, you gonna actually need a deep dive for this, man. You gonna need a super deep dive. And at this point,
she doesn't have like any bruising on her face or nothing, so it's not like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know.
I don't know. It's not substantial. It's not.
I don't know. Maybe we need to see the Khelif girl in other fights against other countries. Maybe she not all that. Maybe she just was all that against this Italian girl. That's why we making a big deal about it. But maybe she not even all that. So we gotta see. Now, if she clear everybody, I might come back and question this shit. But right now,
yeah, she.
Right now, my mom, I think she got it.
You know what I think is gonna happen? This is my prediction. I think that the Khalif boxer is a woman, an actual woman. She has this disorder,
Yep.
and that she's probably gonna. I think she's gonna pop for some kind of performance enhancing drug, and that's probably gonna be the reason they say, "Oh, she was hitting me harder than normal. I've never been hit this hard. Is that a man?" You know what I'm saying?
That'd be crazy.
Because
That'd be crazy.
that's my theory. That's my theory. If I'm right, oh my gosh, we have to post this.
Oh yeah, facts. Facts. Hey man,
So,
is there anything else we need to get to before we get off this?
seen enough, bro. That was
great.
crazy.